explaining the visa situation in Iran. So, the Hmong Rally's got about 400 people on it, or 400 teams I should say, sorry. And most people want to do Iran, or most people want to take the ferry. The ferry is about $800 US, and it's kind of a shit show because it can take up to 4 days to arrive. Sometimes they charge extra fees, and it's just really not a nice time to wait around in a smelly parking lot for a ferry that might show up in a couple days. The alternative is to go through Iran, south of the Caspian Sea. Now, we want to see Iran. It's a really cool country. It's got a lot of history and character, so something definitely on our list to get the country count up, as well as to see a cool country. So us and 20 other rally groups combined forces, and we hired Hussein from Overland to Iran to guide us through the country. And with his tour package, we were provided hotels, LOIs, and carnets, which is like an insurance policy for the car. Now, most teams are London-based, so they did all of their visas beforehand in London with the LOI. The LOI being letter of invitation, you use that to get the visa. Now, because we were a bit split up, these guys were exploring Amsterdam and I was in London before the rally, we decided to do it as a group in Ankara, which is in Turkey, capital of Turkey. That turned out to be a real mistake. So what ended up playing is the guide had issued us some LOIs for Ankara, but he did so about 60 days before the rally. And then after sending them, he tells us, oh, these are only good for 30 days, make sure you get your visas, which we obviously cannot do because we're not in Ankara. So I bring this up, and he issues a new set for Georgia, Tbilisi, Georgia, within the 30 days so that we could still get that. Now we've got two sets that we figure we've got two shots to get our visas. So we roll into Ankara. After about 4 days of explaining and talking to these guys, we ended up having to get new LOIs entirely anyway. We paid only $10 US each for that, so not a problem, just time consuming. And we eventually did get our visas. So long story short, we got our visas in Ankara, but we got them too late. So we missed the guided tour with Hussein. And after some discussion with him, we found out there's also another team that's not going to make that same date, which is today, this afternoon. And we are going to take that second tour on the 28th, which is Saturday. So we've got about 3 days to get to the border, which is nice. And we're all resolved. So what's going to happen is this later tour is going to leave on the 28th. It's a shorter tour, only going around the coastline. And then we will meet up with the grand big tour at the end of that. So bingo bango, we're going to Iran.
God, some vagina monologues over here. Tell them something cool, Jackson.
There's a tractor.